Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And what an honor. Thank you so much, Prue, for inviting me here. And wow, you look amazing. A true testament to women collaboration, to empowerment, really. You ladies all look amazing. I wish I had, the pink or purple thing that I was planning to wear. Didn't work didn't go so well. It didn't go so well. So here I am in all my glory. Thank you once again for making me a part of this event. This means a lot to me because also it's a true testament to growth. The first time I attended this event was last year, and I was one of the attendees. I was not a speaker, I was not anything. So I was there being inspired, being motivated, and thank you, Prue, for seeing for seeing potential and the validity of my vision. So yeah, I'm going to tell you a bit about myself. I think I need to sit down for this.
Okay.
So, as you've heard, all those titles, all those, what I am, what I do, I think at the crux of it all, I'm a mother. I think I'm a mother, and I've always had that caring and nurturing nature about me. I'm one of those people, when I'm there, you will be fed. When I'm there, I will take a loaf of bread and make a meal out of it. It's just me, it's just the way I am. So I think also it might be the reason why God decided to, bless me and give me the unique challenges that He decided to give to me. So I'll tell you a bit about also why I became all these amazing things that I decided to become a coach, an alternative therapist, and an advocate for neurodiversity. This is because in my trying to find healing, I also found the necessity to become the blessing to others that I needed. I needed to be the answer to someone's dream. I needed to be the motivation. I needed to be the guidance that someone else sitting in a dark corner feeling hopeless might also need. So I believe so wholeheartedly in that notion that we all grew up hearing. And so this is me. There was this time feeling like, okay, I'm in my marriage, I'm working, I've got these amazing girls. Their names are Esona and Sisa. So these are the firstborn girls. They are twins. And at some point you realize as they are growing up, man, that, okay, not everything is ordinary about them. And so as they were growing up, I would realize that, no, man, they are exhibiting some of the behaviors that belong to the autistic spectrum. Yeah? And it was so difficult at that time because it was not as well known or as well documented as it is right now. So even when you would bring it up to doctors and say, I'm seeing behavior A, B, and C, and I think you should do a test regarding this condition, and people would say, no, the research shows A, B, and C. But I think all of us, a woman knows, a mother knows, right? And but it took me a really long time to actually get a diagnosis. And there's nothing you can do without a diagnosis in this country, and I think in any country. You can't get a placement at school, you can't get medication or any intervention that might assist with the condition, that might, let's try this one. Thank you. Excuse. Okay. if that works. Now it's on. Okay, hello? Okay, now it's off.
It's off.
Yeah. Must I switch it back on?
Let's try. Let's try.
Okay.
For this 10 minutes, you can go to the loo or get some drinks or sweets. We're sorting it out snack.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't mind.
Instead jou gaan.
I want the whole day.
I'm also
Yes.
I need water.
Please. Let's relax.
I need to relax.
We get it
Please, borrow me.
It's good to be back.
Okay, we're on it.
Are we back?
Yes.
Yeah, we are back.
I think it's off. We're back.
Okay.
You still need to record, then we can continue. Okay, my sister, I think we should continue. Let's be settled, good people. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Hello. Now we're back.
Yes.
All right. So the challenge was not so much the autism diagnosis, but the challenge became how it made me feel, how it crushed my expectations, how it crushed who I thought I would become as a mother, the plans that I had made in my head about my parenting journey and all of that. And yeah, it just changed everything. You know, when you're about to have kids, you read all these books that tell you what to expect when you're expecting and all of that, and none of those books had anything about what to expect if your children are neurodivergent. So this is my first pregnancy, these are my first children. And for me, it's like, oh my goodness, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? Like, what could I have done differently? And then as you grow into the role of being a parent, you are consumed, instead of enjoying every moment and working according to what is happening right now, you are consumed with the thoughts of what I could have done differently, or, you know, what I could change. You know, you even end up being completely isolated because none of what is happening is what you had planned in advance for your children. So this led me actually to become very withdrawn. You know, I'm already an introvert. I'm already a homebody. So this actually now caused this to be exacerbated. Now everything about me is private because you don't want to bring your children to people's homes and now it's like they are not behaved. You know, you're not disciplining your children because people don't understand what happens when they get stimulated and the behavior becomes, you know, erratic or not what people expect. And it ended up causing this barrier where nothing, where you are just building a cocoon to defend yourself, you know, to defend yourself and defend them. So you think, you start feeling like isolation is the best solution. Meanwhile, it's growing out there, you know, the instances of autism and things like that, but because nobody is standing up and talking about it and nobody is addressing their feelings, everybody is in their own little corner suffering in silence, you know. So as things went up, and I'm very good, I think women, we are very good at masking. We're very good at being strong. You know, we continue every day as if everything is normal. Meanwhile, inside you are holding on to the hurts, you're holding on to the disappointment, to the trauma of what has happened, which remains unaddressed, you know. So this affects your nervous system to the core. So this is just a background of my story and then how I started to get healing and start becoming a better person instead of allowing the situation to weigh me down, you know. So in life, everything is a matter of give and take. You know, even to stay alive, you need to breathe in and breathe out, like Ostinio was showing us now. You cannot breathe in the whole time and expect that to sustain you. You need to release, you need to let it out. So it's a give and take. Something needs to die in order for a new life to manifest, to take place, you know. In order for you to start experiencing springtime, winter needs to happen, the death of all that was green and all that. So instead now of bemoaning that which is gone, I had to come into the present and start saying, okay, what is happening right now? And what do I need to do in order to be in the present and for me to understand and accept it? You know, so sometimes when bad things are happening or when unpleasant situations are manifesting, we somehow think that accepting it is weakness, you know. And it's understandable, especially when it comes to children. You know, your parents, elders will say, no, you can't allow this, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go to this mtandaze, you know, you need to go to this or this traditional, you need to do this traditional ritual, whatever it is. This is why these children are like this, you know. So we do everything to avoid the pain. We do everything to avoid accepting the situation as it is, and we do everything to mask and ignore it. So this means that now the energy of this situation remains stagnant. Yet we are people, we are supposed to receive and release and receive all the time in order for life to flow. Life is meant to flow through us. Nothing that does not flow, you know, anything that doesn't flow causes us to actually get sick, you know. So anytime you don't release, you are causing your nervous system to be overwhelmed. You're causing your body, your brain, your everything to actually go into protective mode, which is now meaning that nothing in your life is moving as it should. Is it helping you in the moment? Yes, because you're not actually facing the difficulty. You're not facing it, you are avoiding it. You know. So I wanted to just go through my notes so that, yeah. I can make it go a bit faster. So I wanted to just say, most of us, I think we were all created by God to experience life and to experience it more abundantly, as it says in the Bible. But when we are overcome by traumatic events from the past, we remain stuck because we are not trying to face it head on, meaning that now instead of the abundance, we are stuck in the scarcity mindset, which keeps us stuck instead of us helping us to grow. And it makes us go into autopilot, where you are just routinely going through life. You are doing things for the sake of doing them. It's the routine, it's what is being done. But what is it that really resonates with you? Because that is what helps you to become more abundant in life. Because we're all created differently. So when you start applying and going through life, following what others are doing, then it does not sit well. So even if you are doing a business that is successful by societal standards, but if it doesn't align with the core of who you are, then it does not bring you that joy, it does not bring you that abundant life. Okay, so I wanted us to go through this presentation so that we can see how we can help find balance in our lives. And I call it the gift of the present.
Wow.
Yeah, because today is all you have.
Yes.
So it is a gift, and that is why we call it the present. So I started by, I want to go back to that verse because it's one of the verses that I live by. You can play. And this is found in the good book, John 10:10, where it says, "The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Yet I come so that you may have life and have it more abundantly." Right? So what are those thieves that come in the night? It's all those traumas, it's all that fear that you are unknowingly holding on to. And now it's taking you and keeping you away from the life that was promised to each and every one of us here, that life that is more abundant. And this leads us to be in survival mode. You can even hear that survival mode. Are we in a war? Are we in a combat situation? Why do we need to be in survival when we are meant to experience joy, when we are meant to live life and thrive, So survival mode, what can it look like in your life? So it's usually brought on by those traumatic experiences. So most of us experience these events maybe in our childhood when we are still very small, but sometimes it can happen through significant events that we experience as we grow up. So in my case, one of the most prominent examples I can think of is my journey, making peace and accepting the autism of my two girls. So some signs that you might be in survival mode will include having depressive episodes, or that anxiety. A lot of people have anxiety, and you can't place why you are anxious. Why am I always anxious? So that is a sign that something about the life you are living is not resolved. You are living through some form of unresolved trauma. Sometimes you'll have difficulty even trusting others. Have you seen a woman enter a relationship and a man is doing his best, or the other way around, and she just can't trust, and it's not him. This man is now, suffering because of the sins of someone in the past, this woman has not released herself from the trauma of what she experienced. So now you go around in survival mode by telling yourself that you can never trust anyone. It's safer for you not to trust anyone. And sometimes you have angry outbursts and you don't know why. Why am I angry? Why am I so easily angered? You know? So those can be some of the signs that you are currently traversing survival mode. So, survival mode also now takes us to people who are in survival mode. They're going through life, they're living, they're getting most of the things done. Yet there is no joy. Yet there's no true authenticity. You know, there's not any of that which was promised in John 10:10, because you're on autopilot. It's beautiful, it feels good, it feels familiar, because as humans, we thrive on familiarity. We love things that we can predict, you know? I go into a relationship saying, I want a man, for example. I want to get married. But in order for my mind is telling me, are you really going to trust this person? So you go in there doing everything that is opposite what you say you want to achieve. You're actually going in there sabotaging this relationship because you are ready for the negative that you experienced before. You are ready to, you're ready for a fight even when there is no fight. So that is what survival mode and being on autopilot will look like. You will say you want one thing, but your behavior, your actions, your expectations are on the totally different spectrum, where you are doing everything in your power not to have that thing manifest. You're always the victim. You're always the victim. Have you seen people who will say, yeah, Njolo is whatever. Men are. Because women are. There's all these things. You understand? So these are the things you tell yourself so that you don't have to do the inner work of getting to know this person for who they are, of having to work on yourself to overcome the past hurts and disappointments that you went through. So I already know what's going to happen, so I'll get in here, but I'm ready to fight. When a relationship is supposed to be a place where you grow and thrive and you experience joy, but you're already here with your mask, with your gloves, and everything that says I'm combat ready, you know? So other things would be attracting codependent people. You know, people who will say, this is what I want in a relationship, this is what I want in a man, this is what I want in a woman. But when you look at them, are you giving yourself the things that you say you want? Because you cannot expect anything from other people that you cannot already give to yourself. Yeah. So another pandemic that we see in this country is the culture of numbing. It's the norm. Even small children will tell you that, oh, my mom loves wine. I'm not saying ladies mustn't have wine, but I feel like we cannot face our realities sober. Everything needs you to arm up, and we use substances for that. And we don't even realize when it's now become abusive, it's become a coping mechanism, you know? And we have this, have you ever seen someone who has it all? This person has a big house, this person has all the cars, they are famous, they have millions of followers, next thing you hear, this person committed suicide, or this person is depressed. You know, there's no joy in this person. You can actually sometimes see the emptiness in their eyes. You know, so these are the things. Or people who will say, I want one thing. Like, I'll make a joke about okay. She will talk about the importance of the digital age, you know, technology, but she insists, and she, you know, yeah, me, I'm a teen, yeah, born really teen, you understand? So sometimes that rigid mindset, it can be an indication that you sort of gave up on yourself on a certain level. So even though you know what is good for you, you have not allowed your mindset to evolve to where you can adopt the right strategies to, you know, to achieve that which is necessary. Okay. So let's embrace the present. Let's embrace the present. Because nothing, you are here right now, right? You are here today and you need to be all here. If your mind, if your mindset, if your inspiration, if your reasons for doing things are based on what happened in the past, are you giving the current situation a fair chance? If your mind is fixated on, oh my goodness, if only, you know, you're already fixed on the future. You are thinking that your happiness, your whatever, is based on the future or on what could happen. Are you giving today a good chance? Are you giving yourself enough chance to actually experience joy today for you to learn and develop into who you can actually become today? You're not. So everything lies in what you do with the present. You are here today. And you know, the best way to build the future that you want is to take the necessary steps today. So what are you doing today on a daily basis to build the future that you want to look forward to, a future that you could be proud of? So let's think about that. What are you doing today? Don't miss out on the opportunity to use today for what it is, you know. So some of us can be here, and instead of taking in all what the speakers are saying, you're just thinking, oh my goodness, oh, I messed up by not doing A, B, and C. I messed up. Oh, you're thinking, oh, if only I could have Lassie's following on Instagram, then maybe I could, instead of saying, oh, okay, I learned from what she has given me, from the knowledge and the wisdom that she has shared with me. Let me start taking the necessary steps today. You know, you still have today. It doesn't matter. And it's never a matter of this one started earlier than me, or this one is still young and me, I'm older. You only have today. You can change your mind and change your future right now, today. There's no other time. Did you know that you're such a sacred entity? Like Twinkle said it. Your DNA is sacred. Who you are, your future, your past, you know, who is connected to you is sacred. And you are a mixture of all of those. You stand here today on the shoulders of the women and the men that came before you, but you are so unique as yourself. So you're a sacred entity. And it's up to you to decide and define yourself in the most authentic way to you. Amen. Not to live your life according to anyone's standards or preferences. So when I say you're a sacred entity, I want you to think of the organizations that you work for. Have you noticed that those places, you will know they have a tagline, they have a vision, they have a mission, they have values that they adhere to, they have a logo. Have you ever thought of that for yourself? Right. Because once you have clearly defined values of who you are and how you conduct yourself and you hold yourself accountable according to those, then it's the perfect way to teach others how they must treat you as well. You know, so a lot of us will demand respect, you know, instead of demonstrating the respect that we want, but we demand it from others. We cry when our mothers, our fathers, our partners don't give us the respect or the love or love us in the way in which we want to be loved. But are you giving yourself that love first? Everyone takes the cue from you. We take the cue from you. So we see, oh, okay, no, she's just... So why should I, an external person, come and give you something which I have not seen you give yourself? Why should I hold you at a level of respect that I don't see yourself holding yourself? You know. So having defined standards for yourself and an authentic outline of who you are teaches others how to treat you. So a lot of us, we want to define who we are, and it's going to be mostly about the things that we can touch, you know, the things that you can see. But I think everything, I don't think I actually know, starts from the inside. It starts from the inside. What you want to have has to align with who you are. So, and the reasons why you want it. You know, so we can't all be selling amagwinya. I'm going to go back to the magwinya story. We can't all be selling amagwinya because we are not all created the same. We are not all given the same ideas. We're not all aligned to like the same things. So there's a tool called the Wheel of Life. I'll ask Prue to send you this short presentation so that you can just work on this. You can work on this on your own. Yeah. So the Wheel of Life is a goal-setting tool. It helps you to assess where you are in life. So there's different levels and there's different items. And I think for me, I will always advise that you start with your spiritual goals. Where are you with those? What is your, what was the motivation behind that? So it helps sometimes to know the reason why you're doing what you're doing every day. It helps you to know your level of satisfaction on certain items or certain aspects of your life so that you can see what you need to prioritize on your journey to self-growth and to self-healing. So that you will rate yourself from a scale of 1 to 10, then it tells you where you need, and you don't have to follow all of those titles there. You can choose, maybe start with 3 and go with those, or have a top 5 that you're working on. Because no one is going to figure this thing out for you but yourself.
Yes.
And one of the things, I think Oradila also mentioned it, how you go about the day. Master your morning. Master your morning. Do not let external circumstances dictate how your day will be. You cannot wake up and let Instagram dictate to you how your day must be, how you feel on the day. So you wake up early, first of all. Because when you rule your morning, then the morning and the day ahead has no hold over you. You are in charge of it. So rule your morning, rule the day. Because life is too unstable, guys. We can't control the external circumstances. We can't. You can go outside and there's an accident, but when you have reinforcements in place, when you have done the work on yourself before you go out of the house, you are not affected in the same way as someone who just woke up and listened to the news or watched Instagram or TikTok. You know, you have a greater sense of self-awareness. You know who you are. You know what your intention is for the day ahead. You have intentionality about what it is you're stepping out of the house to achieve on that day. So in order for you to have this work-life balance that we all talk about, this, which I don't think is actually possible, what we need to have is a sense of self-mastery. Because when you master yourself, you can master any situation that life throws at you. So the intention is to master yourself instead of trying to achieve work. So I'll give you the top 5 tools for self-mastery. And number 1, you need to, because we can't all have a day when you will say, this is my day, I'm not doing anything. Most of us, we're women, we have so many responsibilities every day. So you have to make sacrifices though, right? For anything of value, you need to sacrifice something. Remember when I said, anything, when you want something new to arise from your life, something needs to die.
Yes.
So if you're used to now sleeping until 6 o'clock, give up an hour in the day. It's just an hour. But it is so worthwhile to your personal development and growth. So I always say wake up 1 hour earlier than usual, because that time is all for you. No one is awake. No, if you know your kids wake up at 6, wake up at 5.
Time management.
Wake up at 5. Well, hard things lead to softer landings. So you have to do the hard things if you are determined to work on yourself and become a better version of yourself. So I advise waking up an hour earlier, because this will be your me time. No other time. When you wake, when your child wakes up, when your husband wakes up, that is gone. That is gone. We are just wired that way. You are not going to say, leave me alone. All your attention, all your energies are going to go towards those people. So you need to be selfish about your self-development and give yourself that extra time every day. Number 2, get to know God for yourself. You know, there's a time when everybody was commenting about the amount of people that are suddenly twassering out there. There was a lot of and I'm not saying about twassi or anything, but for me, it also indicates a lack of. There is no way that we are meant to. Remember, there's a new covenant with God that He created with us, where not everything needs to be that difficult. Yes, there are people probably who are meant to uktwas. I'm not an expert on that, but it all lies in how well are you invested in your spiritual growth. How well do you know God for yourself? You know, when you spend time and make an effort that, hey, I'll take, even if it's 15 minutes, and just read the Bible for myself. Take whatever preferred spiritual practice, take time to just dedicate that time to you and God. Because when it's quiet also, that's when you hear God speak the loudest to you. So when you don't take your time and sacrifice your time in order for God to have audience with you, you're going to have to be the target of everyone else out there who says they know God. You're going to start believing that there are people who know God better than you, or you are doing something wrong. You are not doing enough on your own. So you need a Gobela, you need a Tendazil, you need somebody else. Yes, we all need that community. Yes, we all need that. We need to fellowship with others in whatever way that works. But nothing beats the personal relationship with God because from there everything else just blooms because it's genuine, you know. No one can tell you any differently because you know where you stand with God. So I think a lot of us have that God wound where we are not sure, or we have experienced so many hurts and disappointments from the church and all of that, that we think that that's God. That's why I say when you don't know God for yourself, you'll think the people at church doing funny things and all of that, that means God is not on your side, or you will have a problem with God. When those people are not God, you know, you need to know God for yourself. You need to seek Him for yourself. You need to talk to Him every day as yourself, you know. So this for me solved a lot of things. And move your body, guys. That's number 3. You need to move your body. We store up a lot of trauma in our bodies. We store up a lot of pain in our bodies. So moving your body is not only just for losing weight and things like that. It's purely for your wellness. It's for bringing the life force energy back into every aspect of you, you know. It's to bring life back to you. So you need that, and it helps you to become better. You grab information better. Your mood is boosted. There's more oxygen flowing in your body. So you need to move your body. It doesn't have to be anything, you know, hectic. It can be stretches. Just like we said, when a child wakes up, they stretch, they move their body. You need to have an intentional routine of moving your body every day. It can be for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Number 4, you need to journal. You need to write your thoughts down. You need to write your feelings down. So a lot of people get intimidated by journaling because you think maybe it needs a certain format and things like that. But with journaling, it can be as easy as you wake up and you write down whatever is weighing your mind down. You just write it down. That way you are releasing it from your body, from your brain, into that paper. And that way you are letting it go. You can write down every day what is holding you hostage. What am I afraid of today? Ask yourself that question. What is my greatest fear right now? Write that down. You can be vulnerable, you know, because sometimes we pour our hearts out to people, and not everyone always has the right intentions for you. But when you write those things down, you are releasing them from your body into that paper, letting them go. You know? And it's a great space to also practice gratitude. One of the things that give you so much confidence to go through life better and become a better version is to realize how much you have undergone, how much you have grown, how much God has answered your prayers. Most of us, we pray. Have you heard the prayers where we say, oh God, you have done this and this for so and so, you have done this for Moses in the Bible and all of that. Some of us never bring this to us and realize how much God has answered so many of our prayers. You are living one of your answered prayers right now. I'm very sure. A lot of us are walking in answered prayers which we do not acknowledge. But sometimes we're just writing that, seeing that list of the things that God has done for you, it brings you so much more confidence. It gives you so much more motivation to rise up and become more than what you are today. It gives you that courage to walk into Cedar and say, hey, I'm an entrepreneur, I want to do this and this. So sometimes you are stuck because you don't realize how much you've achieved already. You know? So gratitude is like, it's my middle name, by the way. And the last one is create a vision for your life. Create a vision for your life. That could be in the form of a vision board, vision book, anything, but write down your plans for your life. It is there even in the Bible. in the book of Proverbs, it's clearly written that where there is no vision, the people perish. Where there is no vision, the people perish. And of course, Habakkuk. Make the vision clear, write it on tables, on tablets. Yes, amen. So when it's there, you are saying, God, I trust you with this vision. I trust you to give me what I need to make it happen.
Amen.
Yeah, so without wasting any time, I'll leave it there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sanji. What a way to wrap up this wonderful event. Ne? Yes. Yeah, we don't go to questions. Ne?
First one, me.
And two. Closing it then. Hey, yes,
I understand that it's better. Thank you so much. First and foremost, thank you for embracing. You've got good legs, so that's great. So I'm loving it. You know what? And this is crazy and I'm very it's so unfortunate. I'm full of the question. I'm sorry, I don't want to. Remove it. This one is almost done. When you started this talk, you said when you start a relationship, it comes with this thing. You already have a thing. I want you to assist me. Unfortunately, I was involved with a very prominent man, and his life is continuing when it comes to whatever he wants to do. Ulaton has got this cloud, and I say it's a dark cloud because no matter how much real I am, Gusashe, or no matter what I say, the minute a person Googles me, it goes down. So how do I then, because it's one of the pains I'm living with, I didn't know Nami Uguti to end, and Nami I didn't know Uguti. Because remember, when you're just real and authentic, you never think of these things. I never saw a status, I never saw age, I never saw blue lights, it was just him. But now he's literally here. So how do I then, because at the end of the day, I'm very young and very beautiful. So much, and I'm working on myself every day. You spoke about 1 hour, I gym 1 hour 30 minutes every day, at least 4 times a week. So manje, Coach Sandy, I'm coaching. When this person approaches, I know already. The minute you find out the ex, the relationship goes south. And the only way I've been able to protect myself is to keep my pencil to myself. Because already Mauza, Nyasaba man. So when Zanjani, my Zangoba, he'll pay an amangas. I'll coach him.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation. It's just a comment. I think this is, we'll need a little bit more of this, especially as entrepreneurs, because in most cases we spend a lot of time trying to build a business and we forget about ourselves. Why am I saying this is that if we are not healthy, if we're not taking care of our health, if we're not exercising, and if we're sick, we cannot achieve all the dreams that we want. We cannot achieve all the businesses that we want. So it's just to say thank you for reminding us that we indeed need to take very good care of ourselves through exercising, through eating healthy, through having boundaries, through building great relationships, and also, protecting ourselves as well, even our mental health, so that we are able to work. I mean, there was a time where I was sick. I'm an optometrist, and I had to stay in hospital for 3 weeks, so everything that I was thinking about was sure, how am I going to pay them, and but anyway, I managed, I came back and I was able to pick up, but it is really important that we make sure that we take very good care of ourselves, so that we are able to achieve everything that we want to achieve. Thank you.
Wow. All right, let's tackle this one.
Thank you so much for that comment and the question. When I see. I'm good. You know, they say everything that you're looking for is also looking for you. Right? Everything that you are looking for is also looking for you. So, for me, it says there's still a part of you that is still blocked, that is still saying, maybe I'm not enough. As Lassie, I'm not, there's a part of you that you need to embrace so that you can let go whatever it is that still attracts that kind of man that will, when they see your past relationships, when they see you, they see. So there is a process that is very important, and it's called self-compassion, self-forgiveness, And when you go through that, and most of the time we're not aware that we haven't forgiven ourselves, and we're still, holding on to all of that because, in your talk also I hear a lot of, he's going on with his life. But me, as Unokanyi, so I have to think twice. I have to filter myself when I talk of this person. I can't say certain things, it will be perceived in a certain way, You are still, there's still a lot of work to be done internally, which will be deep work, of course, to just let go of that and let go of the expectations, And because it was a very public thing, and I don't think you're a public person. You're actually not a public person. So it happened so now you're still in the process of reclaiming who you are as a person. So some things will not manifest until you are done with the process of literally letting the old processes die or the old attachments not affect you, Yeah, so there's still an attachment there that needs to be let go.
Yes, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I realized Osandi. Harkadula lena, uzonoka 10. And then this one another time. Osandi, hi. Thank you so much. This has been wonderful. Oh my goodness, this is what therapists do. But what a way to really tie everything in together. Because when we started, remember we talked about what God says, I'm bringing you peace. All the talks, all the discussion, they're like, and we are being left at that space. Because living in worry is living in the future. But living in a place of peace is living in the present, embracing the present moment. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is still Dineo Mulugwan, and I would like to welcome Prudence Dibani to give us a vote of thanks.
Wow, great.
What a wonderful day. So, Patron, I wanted to play just one song. Please, I know we're out of time, but like I said, that I don't believe that these things, it's a coincidence, right? It's an appointment with God. We were supposed to be here. All of us, and those who are not supposed to be here are not here, right? So I just need one song, then I will do begin and then we will wrap up. Okay. And when the DJ is busy, and by the way, she's my first. Okay, she's my daughter, and then they said, "You're journalist, so who doesn't this is the way." So I believe you've learned a lot today, my baby. So as you put up the song, let me take this time to thank each and every one of you. You look beautiful. Did I tell you, man? You want the touch of pink and purple. Let's go on you. So, we talk too much. So let me start by thanking my guest speaker.